What's going on, my sales ninjas? I am so excited. I get to come to you today from the beautiful backyard of one of my Bindoc brokers who a couple of years ago decided it was time to stop paying brokers and become the broker. And today, her and her family live on this beautiful, absolutely stunning 120-acre horse property out here in central Wisconsin. I've got the pleasure of going all over the state of Wisconsin, visiting with some of our absolute best and brightest brokers that are in the business today. And we had an interesting, a really interesting conversation as I sit at the dinner tables and get to talk with them about not really just business stuff, but just life and hearing about how things are really going and what life is really like as they learn how to stop paying brokers and become the broker. And this really interesting, and I mean really interesting conversation keeps coming up that wasn't prevalent when we were back in our carrier days. Most of us used to be Aflac agents or Colonial agents or primarily single carrier reps, because that's who I work with. I teach single carrier reps how to stop paying brokers and just become the broker and service their accounts and take care of their policyholders at levels they've never thought possible before and provide more value into the marketplace. And at the end of this video, I'm going to help you understand one of the big transitions that all of us have had to go through as we learn how to deliver those types of outcomes to our clients, and as we've learned how to provide so much more value in the marketplace, explode our earnings and our commission statements, but probably just as importantly as any of that, what has allowed us to move from carrier rep, if you will, or selling primarily one carrier or two carriers line of products, into truly learning how to become the broker that our accounts deserve and helping solve much bigger problems than we ever could with just simple accident, cancer, or disability insurance. And that is this. I spent the better part of almost 20 years as building sales teams and becoming a pretty successful, one of the largest regions in the Western United States for Aflac for a long period of time. Love the product lines, love what it does for people, truly believe in the value of those benefits. But I had this one nagging problem that I didn't fully understand, and just until I went completely independent and opened up the Benefit Doctor as our brokerage agency. And that was basically the idea that when you have a responsibility, when you're given a set of responsibilities, so if you're a coordinator in my world as an Aflac RSC for many years, I had a list of significant responsibilities at which I was responsible for. I was responsible for the team, for sales distribution, for growth, for recruiting, for book of business management, for veteran development, for new associate development, for DSC management. It's a lot of responsibilities as an RSC, a ton of responsibilities. But something that I found to be highly discouraging and frustrating and was difficult to understand, and I didn't know how to articulate this back then, but I had responsibilities that oftentimes I did not have the authority. So in order to be truly successful and to build the business that you want, and I used to believe very much that as a single carrier rep, I was a business owner and I was growing my own business and doing my own thing. And that was, I drank that Kool-Aid and I believed it for a long, long time. And then one day I was speaking to a business mentor, and he said, well, when you get ready to retire, when you get ready to walk away, what can you sell it for? And I was like, sell it for? I can't sell it for anything. I can't sell the book, but I get paid these renewals. I get paid a passive income. He's like, hey man, I'm not gonna knock renewals. Mailbox money, passive income, passive renewals, awesome. But don't kid yourself. If you can't sell it, you ain't building your business. You're still building for somebody else. And that didn't sit right with me. I didn't agree with him entirely until I get on the other side of it and realize, yeah, it's totally true. I wasn't building an asset that was mine, that I owned, that I controlled, that I operated, or that I could sell. And so when we built the Benefit Doctor, that was one of the things that we wanted to do a little differently. Was we wanted to approach things very much with a business owner mindset, that as you grow your book and as you build your clientele and as you serve your clients, you're building legitimately your business. And all of my brokers that are with me today know that, they understand that, they bought into that, they believe in that vision, they believe in that dream. But something that I learned this week that really surprised me is some of us have still carried over kind of our I work for someone else mentality and haven't truly bought into the complete mindset that, man, I'm a freaking business owner over here. This is mine. I have the responsibility. And at the Benefit Doctor, we talk all the time that our ultimate responsibility, the number one objective, the number one outcome that we help our policyholders and our clients and our businesses achieve is we want to give them the best, and I mean the best benefits experience they have ever had. We want to truly cure the pain of employee benefits by changing the way employee benefits are built, educated, enrolled, and supported for those businesses. We want employees to fully understand their benefits package and what it is and how it works and what to do in the event that they need to actually use their insurance. I mean, if you think about it, insurance freaking sucks. Nobody understands it. It costs a crap ton of money. They don't care about it until they have to use it. But man, when you care deeply and your outcome, your responsibility is to deliver the best experience they've ever had, then you also have to have the authority, follow me here, you got to have the authority to be able to affect those outcomes. So when there's a vendor or a carrier or a product or a challenge or an issue that isn't getting solved, one of the team's questions that I've heard from them this week is like, what ultimately, if a problem's happening with one of our carriers or vendors, or I know I've got a back office team, I know I've got support, I know I've got administrative support, I know I've got leadership support, but what is my role? And I'm like, your role is the freaking owner. Owners do not ask permission to move a problem forward or to solve a problem. Owners move forward with a decision, and if they have to, an owner will ask forgiveness instead of permission. Oops, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Sorry about that. I learned from that. But man, an owner mentality, an ownership mindset says, I am responsible for this outcome. I am responsible to give my clients the best experience they've ever had. There's an obstacle, problem, challenge, or concern that's standing in the way of me being able to deliver that outcome to my client. So I have the authority to remove or replace that challenge, concern, problem, issue, and I'll just deal with the repercussions on the back end. They don't have to stand in the way of bureaucratic nightmare. Like, I'll give you the example once again. I was responsible for sales, growth, distribution, recruiting, all kinds of stuff when I was an RSC. And the platform that we used for a long time was called Everwell. And it often, and I mean all the freaking time, it broke or didn't load correctly, or the internet would just drop out and my team couldn't finish their enrollments, or it was just constant enrollment platform problems. And that's an issue when you're a sales team responsible for the education and enrollment of insurance products, and the platform that you have to use to educate and enroll those insurance products constantly is breaking or going down or having problems or having issues or dropping coverage. I was responsible for an outcome, but did not have the authority to say, this platform sucks, we're moving to that platform until it's fixed. I had the responsibility, but not the authority. So I really wasn't a business owner. I could not sell my book. I did not have the authority to solve the problem. And that created a lot of frustration, angst, worry, doubt, threads of discontent, blah, 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 blah. So here's my message to you. If you're an independent insurance agent, you watch this channel and you go through this training content, you're learning about Jack and Jill selling, and you're trying to figure out ways that you can grow your book and grow your impact and grow your renewals and take better care of your clients, then my challenge to you would be this. Study this content, dive into the 8 secrets that I teach, go out in the field and use it. But man, if you're brand new in the business, or you're the most tenured person and you got 20, 30, 40 years of experience, are you an owner that is building for yourself and building your dreams? Are you bringing that ownership mindset that one day I can actually sell this asset? One day I am responsible to my clients for this outcome. And do you have the authority to actually deliver on that promise? If you don't, you should probably check into Stop Paying the Broker, Become the Broker. Look at my War on Profit Challenge. Look at what we do to help insurance carriers adopt this mindset of an ownership mentality. Check into what it means to become a benefit doctor, where we work to cure the pain of employee benefits. Because man, we're doing it every day, all day. We're having fun in the process. We're learning a lot. We fail a lot, but dang it, we have fun. Till next time, Ninja Nation.